Good morning. Today I'm going to read you a book about an animal that fascinated me as a child. It is a platypus. If you don't know, platypus are from Australia. And my mom had a stuffed animal platypus when I was little, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. So, this is called Platypuses, Web-Footed Billed Mammals by Rebecca E. Hirsch. Our table of contents includes introduction, meet the platypus, what do platypuses look like, where do platypuses live, platypus hunting behavior, the life cycle of platypuses. And then at the end, there's a trait chart and a glossary and bibliography and other information. So if you want to look at that, I like table of contents, it's nice. Introduction, meet the platypus. With a splash, a platypus dives into a river at night. It glides through the dark water, waving its bill from side to side in search of food. For a long time, the platypus puzzled scientists. What kind of animal was it? After years of study, scientists learned the answer. The platypus belongs to a group of animals called mammals. Other animal groups include insects, fish, amphibians, reptiles, and birds. Now, this is an informational text, so it has a caption as well. He's so cute. All mammals share certain traits. Mammals are vertebrates, which means they have a what? A spine. Animals with backbone. They are warm-blooded. They have hair or fur on their bodies. Female mammals make milk for their babies. Platypus have these traits, but they also have traits that make them very unique. Platypus can easily swim through dark water. Chapter 1. What do platypus look like? Platypuses love to dive and swim. Their flattened heads and webbed feet help them glide through the water. Claws on platypuses' feet help them run on land. Thick, waterproof fur keeps platypuses warm and dry. Platypuses have broad, flat tails. They use their tails for diving and steering underwater. The tail is also where the platypus stores its body fat. Platypus use the stored fat for energy when food is scarce. The flat tail of a platypus helps the mammal store energy and steer itself. Picture of it diving. His tail kind of looks like a beaver tail. Male platypuses use venom-filled spurs to defend themselves from other animals. The most unusual feature of a platypus is its bill. The black bill is soft and rubbery. Male platypuses have another odd feature, pointy spurs on their back ankle. Each spur is filled with venom. The male platypus defends itself with the spurs, jabbing predators and fighting other males during mating season. Bills and spurs are both rare among mammals. Did you know? From the tip of its bill to the end of its tail, a platypus measures about 15 to 23 inches, 38 to 60 centimeters long. It weighs between 1.5 and 5 pounds, 0.7 to 3 kilograms. They're kind of tiny. If you look at that top picture, that's a picture of the spur with venom in it. And on the bottom, he's on land. Platypus versus beaver. Beavers are furry, four-footed mammals. They live in rivers, lakes, and streams across North America, Europe, and Asia. Beavers are larger than a platypus. Even so, the two mammals have many traits in common. Beavers and platypus both have small eyes and ears, as well as a layer as layers of brown fur. Beaver's fur sheds water and keeps the animal dry. Like platypuses, beavers also have webbed feet and paddle-shaped tails. These body parts help them move through water. And like platypuses, beavers store body fat in their tails. Beavers and platypuses both waddle when they walk, but they are strong swimmers. Like platypuses, beavers steer with their flat tails. When swimming, beavers glide slowly along the surface of the water. Onlookers can only see the beaver's back and top of its head, and the flat tail that gives the beaver direction. Platypuses and beavers both have bodies that are built for water travel. Compare it. Platypus versus beaver. 15 to 23 inches. That's the platypus. And a beaver is 33 to 49 inches. It's almost double. Platypuses are 1.5 to 5 pounds, and beavers are 24 to 66 pounds. Bet some of you might weigh 66 pounds. And the platypus has webbed front feet and back feet. And for a beaver, it only has webbed back feet. And they both have a double layer of waterproof fur. This is a really good graphic. How you know it's an informational text. It's got a chart like this. That's really helpful. Platypus versus giraffe? I don't know about this one. Giraffes are the world's tallest mammals. They trot through woodlands, savannas, and grasslands in West Africa. They browse the tops of trees, filling up on leaves and buds. Giraffes are much bigger than platypuses. A grown giraffe is so tall it could look over a treetop without having to stretch. No other mammal stands as tall as the giraffe. A giraffe's legs and neck are as long as an adult human is tall. Such long necks and legs allow giraffes to reach higher than other animals can reach. But a giraffe's height makes some activities a challenge. Unlike platypuses, whose short legs keep them close to the ground, giraffes have trouble bending low. A giraffe must spread its legs wide and bend its long neck to take a drink. Giraffes and platypuses both have fur. The platypus's thick fur helps it stay warm and dry. A giraffe's fur helps it hide from predators. The fur has dark and light patterns. This pattern camouflages the giraffe in the spotted shade of the tree. I'm going to read the captions before I show you the picture. Giraffes can reach treetops more comfortably than they can drink from the ground. And did you know a giraffe's tongue is 18 inches long? Can you imagine? A really long tongue. That's about as long as a full-grown platypus. That giraffe looks really awkward at the top. Chapter 2. Where do platypuses live? Platypus are found in eastern Australia and on the nearby island of Tasmania. They inhabit lakes, streams, and rivers. The platypus's ideal habitat is a river with a rocky bottom, shady trees, and plenty of prey. These water-loving animals dive for insects, crayfish, shrimp, and other invertebrates. A map of Australia. When I was in Australia, I saw them at the zoo. Did you know? In the past, people hunted platypus for their fur, much like beaver. The platypus population fell. In modern times, laws protect platypuses from hunters. Platypus dig burrows at the river's edge. Burrows give the platypus a safe place to rest. The burrows stay warm in winter and cool in summer. In wintertime, a platypus may stay inside its burrow for several days at a time. Platypuses keep their burrows hidden. The entrance may be tucked under a bank or hidden in a tangle of weeds. This keeps platypuses safe from predators. Platypuses often dig several different burrows so that they have plenty of safe spots to hide. The platypus burrow helps the animal stay hidden and secure. Platypus versus North American otters. They're kind of like an otter, aren't they? A North American otter slides headfirst down a muddy riverbank, moving towards the water. These mammals live in Canada and the United States. North American otters and platypuses have similar habitats. Both animals love rivers, streams, and lakes with trees nearby. Like platypuses, North American otters hunt in freshwater. The otters live in lakes and river habitats where food is plentiful. They love to eat fish. They will also eat crabs, crayfish, insects, and even birds. Otters swim through rivers and lakes as they search for prey. Did you know people have hunted North American otters for their fur, as they once did platypuses, and some people still do. Platypuses build their living space, so do North American otters. An otter digs a burrow in the riverbank, as platypuses do. An otter may also move into a hollow log or pile of driftwood. Like platypus burrows, the entrance of an otter den is hidden from predators. Otters enter their den from underwater. Like platypuses, otters live in dens. Doesn't even look like a den, it just looks like a pile of sticks. Platypus versus the Dall sheep. Dall sheep are sure-footed mammals. They climb some of the steepest mountains in Alaska and Canada. Platypuses inhabit lakes and rivers, but Dall sheep are at home in high places. Platypus can find everything they need in one habitat. Dall sheep cannot. In summer, Dall sheep eat grasses, sedges, willows, and other plants that grow high in the mountain. In winter, these foods become scarce. Dall sheep must climb down the mountain. They seek out places where winds blow the snow away and expose the plants underneath. Dall sheep's hooves help the animal cling to cliffs and rocky ledges. Come bear it. Platypus versus Dall sheep. Platypuses live in streams, rivers, and lakes. Dall sheep live in the mountains. Platypuses are in eastern Australia. Dall sheep are in Alaska and northwest Canada. Platypuses eat insect larvae, crayfish, and shrimp. Dall sheep eat grasses, sedges, and shrubs. Dall sheep don't hide from predators the way platypuses do. They occupy open spaces with cliffs and rocky ledges nearby. They use their keen eyes to keep watch. If a sheep spots a gray wolf or a grizzly bear, it escapes to the rocks and ledges where the predator cannot follow. Chapter 3. Platypus hunting behavior. Platypus spend most of their time alone. During the day, these solitary mammals rest in burrows. At night, they head to the water to hunt. They dive for crayfish, shrimp, and other prey that live on the lake or river bottom. When the platypus dives, it closes its eyes, ears, and nose. So how does the platypus find its food? It wiggles its bill. The bill can feel changes in the water current. This lets the platypus know where to swim. Tiny cells in the bill can detect electricity given off by prey. You knew that. We even have electricity inside ourselves. This unusual ability is called electroreception. A platypus starts its food search by wiggling its bill. After catching a meal, a platypus heads back to the surface. When the platypus locates prey, it digs in the rocks and mud. It scoops up its prey and stores the food in its cheeks, like a hamster. Then it paddles to the surface. Like all mammals, platypuses need air to breathe. At the surface of the water, the platypus treads water and chews its food. Platypus have no teeth, yet they have no trouble chewing. They use small pads on their bill to grind the food. Look at this one. His feet are all like spread out so you can see the webbing. Looks like he's got a tasty snack. Platypus versus Tucoxy dolphins. Tucoxy dolphins live in South America. You can find them in rivers along coastlines. Tucoxy dolphins and platypuses have similar hunting behaviors. Both animals dive for prey on the bottom of the water. Both animals come to the surface to breathe, probably because they're both mammals. Like platypuses, Tucoxy dolphins cannot see their prey. They don't hunt in the dark as platypuses do, but they do hunt in muddy waters. Tucoxy dolphins rely on echolocation. A dolphin makes clicking sounds and listens for the echo. The sound helps the dolphin find its way underwater. The sound also reveals where the prey is located. Tucoxy dolphins find prey by sensing electricity too. Ooh. Platypuses and Tucoxy dolphins are two of the very few mammals known to have this ability. The platypus detects electricity with its bill. The Tucoxy dolphin uses its snout. Tiny pits in the snout sense electrical currents. Then the dolphin locates the source of the currents, a tasty fish. Tucoxy dolphins breathe in oxygen and dive underwater for prey. Compare it. Platypus versus Tucoxy dolphins. Platypuses hunt in rivers, streams, and lakes. Tucoxy dolphins hunt in rivers and coastlines. The hunting advantage? Electroreception for the platypus. And for the dolphin, echolocation and electroreception. Right? And the organ that does the electric sensing is, for the platypus, a bill, and for the dolphin, a snout. Right, it makes sense that it's close to your mouth. Platypus versus African wild dogs. African wild dogs stalk game across the grasslands, savannas, and open woodlands in Africa. Platypuses and African wild dogs are both predators, but they hunt in different ways. Unlike platypuses, African wild dogs hunt in groups. These mammals live in packs of 6 to 20 or more animals. Cooperation is important among African wild dogs. They are smaller than prey animals such as zebras and antelope. By hunting together, African wild dogs can catch prey much larger than themselves. A pack of wild dogs can even bring down a 550-pound wildebeest. African wild dogs work in groups to capture their meals. They're really pretty too. I don't know if you can see, they're kind of spotted. Platypuses close their ears and eyes when hunting, but African wild dogs keep their ears and eyes open as they spread out in search of prey. The dogs howl to keep track of group members. Their big ears can catch the sound from far away. When a dog spots prey with its sharp eyes, the pack approaches silently and then gives chase. African wild dogs can run for up to an hour while following prey. And African wild dog's fur helps it stay hidden from prey. Probably why it's spotted. Did you know that platypuses hunt alone at night, but African wild dogs hunt during the day? Chapter 4, the life cycle of a platypus. Platypuses have an unusual life cycle. Female platypuses don't give birth to live young, as most female mammals do. Instead, platypuses lay eggs. After mating with a male platypus, a female platypus digs a burrow and builds a nest for her eggs. Platypuses lay 1 to 3 leathery eggs at a time. Baby platypuses grow their fur coats within 6 weeks after birth. I don't think there is any other mammal that lays eggs. Really cool, though. Juvenile platypuses typically start swimming around 3 months old. The eggs hatch after 10 days. Newborn platypuses don't look like their parents. The baby platypus is about the size of a kidney bean. It has no fur and it can't see. The babies stay in the burrow and drink the mother's milk. By 6 weeks, the young platypuses are fully furred, can see, and can leave the burrow for short stretches. After 4 months, they begin to forage for food. Platypuses are fully grown after 18 months. Adult platypuses have inherited many traits from their parents. They have flat tails, webbed feet, and streamlined bodies for swimming. They can dig burrows. They use their bills to find food. With these traits, platypuses may survive for 10 years or more. Platypus versus short-beak echindas. Echindas. Interesting. Kind of look like porcupines. Short-beaked echindas live in Australia and New Guinea. You can find these spiny mammals in forests, meadows, and deserts. Like the platypus, the short-beaked echinda is one of the few egg-laying mammals. See, there was another one. I just didn't know about it. Short-beaked echindas and platypuses also have similar life cycles. The female echinda lays a single leathery egg. She stores the egg in a pouch on her belly. After 10 days, the egg hatches. At first, the baby echinda, like a baby platypus, is tiny, blind, and hairless. Baby echindas cling to the hair on its mother's pouch and drinks her milk. When the baby develops prickly spines, the mother removes it from her pouch. However, the young echinda continues drinking its mother's milk until 6 months old. Then it's ready to live on its own. A baby echinda develops spines as it grows into an adult. Oh, there's the baby. And there's the adult. Compare it. Platypus versus short-beak echinda. All right, so the number of eggs they lay, a platypus is, do you remember? 1 to 3. A short-beak echinda is 1. Space which the mother incubates the egg. So a platypus does it between her belly and tail, and an echinda does it in her pouch. Remember we read a book, what's it called when you have a pouch and you're a mammal? Marsupial. So the lifespan for a platypus, it's 10 years, and for an echinda, it's 45. Short-beak echindas reach adulthood at the same time as platypuses. They're mature at about 18 months old. But short-beak echindas live longer than a platypus, as long as 45 years. You look at those, you can see the kidney bean babies. Platypus versus blue whales. Blue whales swim in all oceans of the world. Like platypuses, these massive mammals are built for water travel. Unlike platypuses, they give birth to live young. A female blue whale has 1 calf every 2 to 3 years. Blue whale calves usually swim with their mothers nearby. Young blue whales begin to resemble their parents. A newborn platypus is tiny, but a newborn blue whale is the largest infant mammal on Earth. It is longer and heavier than a pickup truck. When a baby platypus hatches, it is blind and helpless. But when a newborn whale calf is born, it can swim right away. Even so, the mother swims close to her calf to keep it Female blue whales make milk for their babies, as all mammal mothers do. The babies nurse for as long as 8 months, twice as long as baby platypuses. A blue whale calf can gain more than 200 pounds a day on their mother's rich milk. Platypuses live just 10 years, but blue whales are some of the longest lived animals on Earth. They can live for 80 to 90 years. Did you know a newborn blue whale weighs 5,000 to 6,000 pounds? Oh my goodness. And stretches 25 feet long. That is so long. There's a picture at the top. That's a baby, and it looks almost exactly like its mom. Then at the bottom. All right, and then at the end we have a platypus trait chart. Interesting. And they put stickers on the book to fix their mistakes. I'll just show you this. And it's comparing it to a bunch of different animals. All right, guys, this was a fun book. I learned some stuff that I didn't know before. You have a good rest of your day. Bye.